They say a church at night is the safest place you can be. Holy ground, sanctuary. But the truth? I've never felt more unsafe than I did that night in the choir loft. It started like any late practice. The sanctuary smelled faintly of melted wax and old hymnals. A handful of us sang half-heartedly under the yellow wash of tired ceiling bulbs. The organ wheezed like it resented being woken. It should have been peaceful. But halfway through the second hymn, my throat tightened. I felt it, the sudden drop in temperature, the kind that stiffens your fingers mid-note. My neck prickled. My eyes flicked to the pews below, and that's when I saw it. Someone was sitting in the third row. That shouldn't have been unusual. Plenty of family sat in now and then, but this figure was alone, still silent and wrong. At first I thought it was a man, but when I blinked, the shape shifted. Shoulders hunched higher than they should, head angled unnaturally, like a portrait painted by someone who had never actually seen a person before. Its face, its face. Every time I looked, it changed. 2 wide eyes, then no eyes at all. A smile too long, then lips stitched shut. I thought maybe I was losing my mind. No one else noticed. The sopranos were giggling over missed notes. The tenors were yawning. Even the director kept waving his arms in rhythm, oblivious. I wanted to raise my hand and shout, "Look!" but the word died in my throat. The hymn ended. Silence stretched. That's when I heard it. A whisper, not words, just a hiss like candle smoke being sucked back into the wick. My hair rose straight up. My heartbeat grew louder, faster, echoing against my ribs. The figure tilted its head, and the shadow it cast bent the wrong way, toward the altar instead of away. I squeezed my eyes shut. It's stress, I told myself. You've been overworked, exams, late nights, all of it's catching up. But when I opened my eyes, the figure was in the front pew. No footsteps, no shuffle, just closer. The director clapped his hands, announcing a break. Chairs squeaked. Voices filled the air. But no one acknowledged the new visitor. I gripped the railing so hard my knuckles burned. Sweat trickled down my back, though the air was freezing. Why me, I thought, and then, like bile rising, I remembered. A night years ago, a church lock-in when I was younger. I had stolen something, small but sacred, a chalice left on the altar. I never confessed. I never gave it back. I buried the guilt under years of excuses. But the moment that figure's smile split wider than a human jaw allows, I knew. It wasn't random. It was here for me. I whispered a prayer, words tangled, half forgotten. My tongue felt thick. The sanctuary buzzed faintly, lights dimming as if a storm cloud had passed overhead. The figure stood. My stomach dropped. Its face flickered like a broken slideshow, grins, grimaces, gaping holes. It took one step, then another. The wood of the pews didn't creak. The sound of its shoes was missing, replaced instead by the sound of my name. My name, over and over, whispered from every direction at once. I couldn't breathe. I stumbled down from the loft, nearly knocking into the altos. "Bathroom," I muttered, though no one asked. I pushed through the side door into the hallway, empty, cold, silent. Except it followed. I didn't hear steps, but the air shifted behind me, pressure building like a storm cell. I sprinted into the storage closet, slammed the door, and pressed my back against it. My chest heaved. My heart hammered loud enough to drown out thought. The whispers came through the wood. "Confess," they breathed. "Confess." My vision swam. I thought I'd faint. I thought maybe fainting would be safer, and then knocking. 3 raps, slow, deliberate, not from the hallway, from inside the closet. I bolted, ran back into the sanctuary where laughter and chatter buzzed like nothing had happened. The figure was gone, vanished. Practice wrapped up. I left without singing another note. My car felt like a coffin on wheels as I drove home, every shadow too long, every streetlight flickering. The next morning I told my mother. She pursed her lips and said, "You were dreaming. You've been studying too much." My best friend laughed nervously, told me stress makes people see things. Maybe they were right, maybe. But last night, as I lay in bed, I heard the same whisper curl against my ear. Confess, so I'm telling you now. Have you ever sat in a place of worship and realized something else was sitting with you, something no one else could see? If you have, tell me in the comments. Maybe we can find refuge together. And listen carefully, beware, do not ignore them. People who have, their stories never ended well. If you enjoyed this story, please subscribe and follow us for more bone-chilling chronicles. Join us on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook and Blue Sky for more if you dare.